So we are starting with leaders in parliament and leader of the house. Under the rules of Lok Sabha, the leader of the house means the prime minister. He is a member of Lok Sabha or a minister who is a member of Lok Sabha and is nominated by the prime minister to function as the leader of the house. तो यहाँ इस चीज क्लियर है कि ये तो पीएम भी हो सकते हैं और एल्स एनी मिनिस्टर हु इज नॉमिनेटेड बाय द प्राइम मिनिस्टर। ये जिम्मेदारी किसके पास है? प्राइम मिनिस्टर डिसाइड्स लीडर ऑफ हाउस, not president. Now there is also leader of house in the Raj Sabha. He is the minister of a member and Raj Sabha and is nominated by prime minister to function as such. तो ये राज्यसभा में भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर नॉमिनेट कर रहे हैं। द लीडर ऑफ द हाउस इन द ईदर हाउस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शनरी and exercise direct influence on the conduct of business. He can also nominate a deputy leader of the house. The same functionary in the USA is known as the majority leader. So currently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads the house in the Lok Sabha, while JP Nadda is the leader of the house in Rajya Sabha. And Om Birla serves as the Speaker of Lok Sabha and C.P. Radhakrishnan as the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Earlier, as long as I remember, it was Piyush Goyal before JP Nadda who leads the Rajya Sabha. Now, one of the important dignitary is leader of opposition. In each house of parliament, there is the leader of opposition, the leader of the largest opposition party. And now definition was in controversy because the Congress was not fulfilling any of the criteria. So, leader of the largest opposition party having not less than 1/10 seat of the total strength of the house is recognized as the leader of the opposition in that house. तो 1/10 तो ये 55 हो चुका था, तो इसलिए वो फुलफिल नहीं कर पा रहे थे लास्ट आई थिंक 17 लोकसभा में। In the parliament system of government, the leader of the opposition has a significant role to play, and he is akin to cabinet minister rank. तो ये है। Now his main function are to provide a constructive criticism of the policies of the government and to provide an alternative government. Therefore, the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha were accorded statutory recognition in 1977. तो कब दिया गया? 1977 दिया गया। They are also entitled to salary allowances and other facility equivalent to the cabinet. See, equivalent or akin to this cabinet minister. So it was in 1969 that an official leader of the opposition was recognized for the first time. The same functionary in US is known as the minority leader. Now, the British political system has a unique institution called Shadow Cabinet. It is formed by opposition party to balance ruling cabinet and to prepare its member for future ministerial offices. So in the shadow cabinet, almost every member in the ruling cabinet is shadowed by a corresponding member in the opposition cabinet. This shadow cabinet serves as the alternate cabinet if there is change of government. That is why Ivor Jennings described the leader of opposition as the alternative prime minister. He enjoys the status of minister and is paid by the government. Now, whip पे आते हैं तो the office of the leader of the house and the leader of opposition are not mentioned in the Constitution of India. They are mentioned in the rules of the House and parliamentary statute respectively. The office of whip, on the other hand, is mentioned neither in the Constitution of India nor in the rules of the House nor in the parliamentary statute. So it is based on the convention of the parliamentary government. So every political party, whether ruling or opposition, has its own whip. In the parliament, he is appointed by the political party to serve as an assistant floor leader. So he is charged with the responsibility of ensuring the attendance of his party member in the large number and securing the support in favor of or against a particular issue. He regulates and monitors their behavior in the parliament. The members are supposed to follow the directive given by the whip. Otherwise, disciplinary action can be taken. Now, sessions of parliament. ये आते हैं, and this is one of the important aspect of this chapter. सबसे पहले होता है summon. The president from time to time summon each house of parliament to meet. The maximum gap between two sessions of parliament cannot be more than 6 months. यानी कि 6 month से ज़्यादा गैप नहीं होना चाहिए। यानी कि 2 सेशन तो एक अभी होता है और 6 month का आपको गैप दिया जाता है, फिर दूसरा सेशन। तो 2 सेशन, दूसरा तीसरा अगर आता है तो आपका साल खत्म हो जाता है। तो 1 साल में 2 से कम नहीं हो सकता है। In other words, parliament should meet at least ट्वाइस अ ईयर। सो सी देखिए एट लीस्ट, तो देखिए मैक्सिमम लिमिट यहाँ पे कोई मैक्सिमम लिमिट नहीं है, और यही से क्वेश्चन बना हुआ है प्रीलिम्स में। सो देयर आर यूजुअली 3 सेशंस इन अ ईयर, यूजुअली 3 होता है, और उससे ज्यादा भी हो सकता है। मैं क्वेश्चन, सो दिस 2020 प्रीलिम्स क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं, 2020 यूपीएससी का। तो यहाँ पहला कोई स्टेटमेंट, द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया कैन समन अ सेशन ऑफ पार्लियामेंट एट सच प्लेसेस एज ही थिंक्स फिट। तो ये करेक्ट है। द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया provides for 3 sessions of parliament in a year, but it is not mandatory to conduct all 3 sessions. क्या ऐसा है? नहीं है। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया ऐसा कुछ नहीं प्रोवाइड कर रहा है। There is no minimum number of days that a parliament is required to meet in a year. तो कोई minimum number of days required ऐसा नहीं है। तो इसका आंसर है 1 and 3। Now, a session of parliament is the period spanning between the first sitting of the house and its prorogation or dissolution in the case of Lok Sabha. During a session, the House meets every day to transact businesses. The period is spanning between the prorogation of a House and its reassembly in a new session is called recess. Now, adjournment पे आते हैं. A session of parliament consists of many meetings. Each meeting of a day consists of 2 sittings, that is a morning sitting from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and post-lunch sitting from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. A sitting of parliament can be terminated by adjournment or a adjournment, sine die, or prorogation or dissolution in the case of Lok Sabha. So an adjournment suspend the work in a sitting for a specified time, which may be hours, days, or week. Now adjournment, sine die. Uh, so ये होता है means terminating a sitting of parliament for an indefinite period. In other words, when the house is adjourned without naming a days for reassembly, it's called adjournment, sine die. Now, the power of adjournment as well as adjournment sine die lies with the presiding officer of the House. He can also call a sitting of the House before the date or time to which it has been adjourned, or that any time after the House has been adjourned sine die. Now, prorogation पे आते हैं, the presiding officer, speaker, or chairman declares the House adjourned sine die. The business of the session is completed within the next few days. The president issues a notification for prorogation of the session. However, the president can also prorogue the House while in session. The specific differences between adjournment and prorogation are summarized in this table. So now dissolution पे आते हैं, तो Rajya Sabha being a permanent house is not subject to dissolution. Only the Lok Sabha is subject to dissolution. Unlike the prorogation, a dissolution ends the very life of the existing house. तो यहाँ देखिए डिसोल्यूशन इंड्स द लाइफ ऑफ एग्जिस्टिंग हाउस, यानी 17 लोकसभा से आपको 18 तो आ जाता है, तो यह डिसोल्यूशन लास्ट चीज है। और प्रोगे हो गया कि आपको बाद में मिलेंगे हम लोग, ठीक है। सो कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड आफ्टर जनरल इलेक्शन आर हेल्ड, द डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ द लोक सभा मे टेक प्लेस इन either of the two ways: automatic dissolution, that is on the expiry of a tenure of 5 years on term of extended during national emergency, and whenever the president decides to dissolve the house, which is authorized to do so once Lok Sabha is dissolved before the completion of its normal tenure, the dissolution is revocable. फिर दोबारा नहीं कह सकता है। Lok Sabha dissolved all the businesses including bills, motion, resolution, notice, petition and so on pending before it or its committee lapses, and they to be pursued further must be reintroduced। reintroduce यानी कि फिर से आपको लाना पड़ेगा, बिल लैप्स हो जाएगा। And however, some pending bills and all pending aspirants that are to be examined by the committee on the government aspirants do not lapse। यानी कि जो चला गया आपको, जो लोकसभा को टच नहीं किया है, यानी कि राज्यसभा में या कमिटी में ज्वाइंट चला गया, तो वो they will considered as a bill not to be lapsed, and however are to be examined by the committee of the government aspirants not lapse on the resolution of Lok Sabha। तो position with respect to lapsing of bills are as follow। तो यहाँ से भी क्वेश्चन बन चुका है कि कब बिल आपका लैप्स होता है, लैप्स ऑफ बिल। तो ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है इस चैप्टर का। A bill pending in the Lok Sabha lapses whether originating the Lok Sabha or transmitted it to by Rajya Sabha। यानी कि अगर बिल कोई लोकसभा में लैप्स करता है, कब करता है? जब वो बिल लोकसभा में ओरिजिनेट होता है और ट्रांसमिटेड टू इट बाय राज्यसभा, और राज्यसभा चला जाता है, तो भी वो लैप्स कर जाएगा। A bill passed by लोकसभा but pending in the राज्यसभा लैप्सेस, यानी कि लोकसभा से निकल गया और राज्यसभा में पेंडिंग है, तो भी वो लैप्स कर जाएगा। A bill does not passed by the two houses due to disagreement, and if the president has notified the holding of joint sitting before the dissolution of Lok Sabha does not lapse। यानी कि अगर यहाँ से पास नहीं हुआ, यहाँ से पास नहीं हुआ, लेकिन प्रेसिडेंट के पास चला गया, इस हाउस से निकल चुका है बाहर, तो वो लैप्स नहीं करेगा। अ बिल पेंडिंग इन राज्यसभा बट नॉट पास्ड इन द लोकसभा डज नॉट लैप्स। यानी कि राज्यसभा जो बात आपका कंटिन्यूइंग हाउस है, तो वो तो खत्म होने डिसॉल्व होने वाला है नहीं। तो लोकसभा जो नया आएगा, यानी कि ये तो स्टैंड वहीं पे यानी फिर से ला सकते हैं, तो ये बिल सर्वाइव कर जाएगा। अ बिल पास्ड बाई हाउसेस बट पेंडिंग assent of the president does not lapse. A bill passed by both houses, अगर लोकसभा और राज्यसभा दोनों से निकल चुका है और प्रेसिडेंट साइन नहीं किया, तो भी लैप्स नहीं करेगा। अ बिल पास्ड बाय बोथ द हाउसेस बट रिटर्न बाय द प्रेसिडेंट फॉर रिकंसिडरेशन ऑफ द हाउस डज नॉट लैप्स। और जो रिकंसिडरेशन के लिए आएगा वो भी लैप्स, यानी कि लोकसभा राज्यसभा छोड़ चुका है और या सिर्फ लोकसभा में है, तो वो खत्म हो जाएगा। तो हम लोग इंपॉर्टेंट आते हैं एडजर्नमेंट एंड प्रोरोगेशन पे। तो इट ओनली टर्मिनेट्स अ सिटिंग एंड नॉट अ सेशन ऑफ द हाउस। इट नॉट ओनली टर्मिनेट अ सिटिंग अ बट ऑल्सो सेशन ऑफ द हाउस। यानी सेशन आप समझ रहे हैं, सेशन हो गया मानसून सेशन, समर सेशन, विंटर सेशन, समर विंटर मानसून, तो ये आपको इट ओनली टर्मिनेट्स सीटिंग एंड नॉट अ सेशन ऑफ द हाउस। और ये जो है प्रोरोग है, इट ओनली नॉट ओनली टर्मिनेट्स अ सीटिंग बट आल्सो सेशन ऑफ द हाउस, यानी सेशन ही खत्म हो गया। इट इज डन बाय प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर ऑफ द हाउस, इट इज डन बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया। Now, it does not affect the bill or any other business pending before the House, and the same can be resumed when the House meets again. It also does not affect the bill or any other business pending before the House. However, all pending notices other than those for introducing bill lapses on prorogation and fresh notices have to be given for the next session. यानी कि ये हो गया आपका, इसे समझिए कि मॉनसून सेशन, मॉनसून पी, एमपी पी, विंटर पी, समर पी, तो ये लगा दीजिए, इस सब सेशन के साथ पी लगा दीजिए। तो प्रोगेशन सेशन के साथ है। इन ब्रिटेन प्रोगेशन ब्रिंग्स टू एन एंड ऑल बिल्स और एनी अदर बिजनेस पेंडिंग बिफोर द हाउस। तो ब्रिटेन का कहानी अलग है ना। हम लोग कोरम पे आते हैं। इज द मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स रिक्वायर्ड टू प्रेजेंट इन हाउस बिफोर इट कैन ट्रांजैक्ट एनी बिजनेस इज 1/10 of the total number of members in each house including presiding officer. It means that there must be at least 55 present in Lok Sabha and 25 present in Rajya Sabha. If any business is to be conducted, if there is no quorum during a meeting of the House, it is the duty of the presiding officer either to adjourn the House or suspend the meeting until there is a quorum. The minimum number of member required to win. Voting in the House. All matters at any sitting of either House or joint sitting of both the Houses are decided by a majority of votes of the member present and voting, excluding the presiding officer. Only a few matters which are specifically mentioned in the Constitution require either effective majority or special majority, not ordinary majority. The presiding officer of a house does not vote in the first instance but exercises a casting vote in the case of inequality of votes. The proceeding of a house are to be valid irrespective of any unauthorized voting or participation of or any vacancy in its membership. Now, the following points can be noted with respect to the voting procedure in Lok Sabha. On the conclusion of a debate, the speaker shall put the question and invite those who are in favor of motion to say aye and those against the motion say no. The speaker shall say, I think the aye or the noes, as the case may be, have it. If the opinion of the speaker as the decision of the question is not challenged, he shall say twice, the aye have it, and the question before the House shall be determined accordingly. If the opinion of the speaker as to the decision of the question is challenged, he shall order that the lobby be cleared. After the lapse of 3 minutes and 30 seconds, he shall put the question of a second time and declare whether, in its opinion, the ayes or the noes have it. If the opinion so declared is again challenged, he shall direct that the votes are recorded either by operating the automatic votes recorded by the using ayes and no slip in the House or by members going into the lobbies. If the opinion of the Speaker, uh, the division is unnecessarily claimed, he may ask the members who are for aye and those for no, respectively, to rise in their places, and on account being taken, he may declare the determination of the House. In such a case, the names of the voters shall not be recorded. Now, language in Parliament, and this is also important. Many question has been framed from this topic. The Constitution has declared Hindi and English to be language for transacting business in the Parliament. The Constitution declared Hindi and English to be language of transacting. However, the presiding officer can permit a member to address, और ये है आपका आर्टिकल 100 something, I am forgetting, 100, I will have to check. However, the presiding officer can permit a member to address the House in mother tongue. In both the houses, arrangements are made for simultaneous translation. Though the English was to be discontinued as a fluid language after the expiration of 15 years from the commencement of the Constitution, that is 1965, the Official Language Act 1963 allowed English to be continued along with Hindi. So it is Article 120, and this a state PCS question, uh, that is allow permit the speak in their mother tongue under Article 120 in the Constitution. This in Parliament, Speaker of the Indian Parliament allowed to permit members to speak in their mother tongue. So it was 122 article. Now, rights of ministers and attorney general. In addition to the member of House, every minister and the attorney general of the India have the right to speak, take part, or इनका क्या है 76, take part in the proceeding of either house and joint sitting of both the houses and any committee of the parliament of which he is member. Without being entitled to vote, there are two reasons underlying this constitutional provision. A minister can participate in the proceeding of a house of which he is not a member. In other words, a minister belonging to the Lok Sabha can participate in the proceeding of the Raj Sabha and vice versa. A minister who is not a member of either house can participate in the proceeding of both the houses. It should be noted here that a person can remain in minister for 6 months without being a member of either of the house of parliament. So ये सब छोटा मोटा चीज है. Solemn taxation है एक होता है. It refers to the last session of the existing Lok Sabha after new Lok Sabha has been elected. Those members of existing Lok Sabha who could not get re-elected to the new Lok Sabha are called lame duck, यानी कि जो डाउन हुए और नीचे ही रह गए. It refers to last session of existing Lok Sabha after new Lok Sabha has been elected. Those members of existing Lok Sabha who could not get re-elected to the new Lok Sabha are called lame duck. So we will continue devices of parliamentary proceeding in another video.